Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer joins me this week to unpack South Africa's opportunities in job creation, energy transition, and a new fluorspar mine. Welcome, Martin.
Hi, Sashni.
Now, for the first time in more than a decade, South Africa is in a position to grow its economy faster, create much more jobs. Do you think that the country will take up this opportunity?
Well, we've got to. And, the political parties that come in now, they've got to realize that their first duty is to do what's best for the economy of South Africa. You can't have a divergent view when it comes to jobs. If there's going to be new jobs created, and new jobs created in volume, we need economic growth. And if you're standing in the way of economic growth, you're then standing in the way of young people getting some sort of future in this. So no matter what you do, those particular parties must realize that their number one function at the moment, no matter what their ideologies are, is to create more jobs. And there are opportunities to create those jobs. We can see in the last year we've had all sorts of indications of how enterprises can be developed very successfully and quite robustly, if you go about it in the right way. So enterprise development is first prize, small business development. But you've got to realize that small business feeds off big business. And if you don't actually give the proper enabling environment to big business, you're going to hurt small business. So it's all interlinked. And we've got to know that in previous eras, which were rather nasty in South Africa, even though there was tremendous hostility between the parties, they didn't agree ideologically. When it came to a new mine or it came to a development, they used to say, yes, we must go ahead with this, no matter what ideology they were pushing. And some of the nastiest ideologies were pushed in those days. But they would stand together when it came to creating economic growth. And sometimes there would be a bit of a fight as to who would make the announcement or who would be at the mine to announce this. And if a personality in the opposition happened to be there, then the personality in the government wouldn't pitch, or the personality in the government say, well, make sure that guy's not there. That sort of thing would happen. But they would still put South Africa's interests first, and that's what we've got to do.
And South Africa has an opportunity to speed up its energy transition, and there's a clear roadmap to decarbonize, lower cost and a job-rich future. What is standing in the way of a lower cost and cleaner power?
Well, I think it's a lot of red tape to start with. I mean, we know that we're going to have a coal-based energy for decades to come. We cannot stop that. So even though some of the banks are saying, look, we're not going to fund this, we're not going to fund that, in reality, someone's going to have to fund quite a bit, because if we want the lights on, you can't just run away from coal immediately. It's going to take a long time to wean yourself off. But there's this incredible opportunity. Where else in the world have we got this wonderful sunlight? Where else in the world have we got prime winds as well as the wonderful sunlight? I don't think there are many places. And so this is the opportunity we really need to go for now, because it's a business case. It's not as if we're saying, hey, this is uneconomic, but we like sunshine and we like wind. No, it knocks the tariffs that have been set up in Eskom hands down. So therefore, Eskom must, and they must be told, you've got to back off. When an enterprise says, we're going to put in these facilities to produce energy at a lower cost and efficiently and cleanly, they mustn't be allowed to say, no, you can only do 10 megawatts. So they must be backing off and saying, fine, let's try and facilitate this because it's in the best interests of South Africa. It's also job rich. I mean, if you look at the way people in the unions have been saying, no, it's only job rich in my coal mining. Coal mining has never produced a lot of jobs. I mean, coal mining has been one of the mechanized mining sections of our economy for a long time. No, don't boast about the big jobs there. In fact, you can get a lot of jobs out of now moving into clean energy, and they are actually relatively higher level jobs that will need quite a bit of training, and they can be ongoing because there's a lot of maintenance that's going to be needed in these things. It's a great new opportunity with our sun power combined with the wind power to come down the cost curve. We need to create this minerals energy complex in South Africa. We used to have a minerals energy complex here that used to be flying because the energy was at a low cost, and the mining operations used to produce metals and minerals that we could export quite well. You can still do that, but we've got to get a lower cost base. And so with the new technology coming in generally everywhere. That tends to bring down the costs if you put it in properly. Plus, if we can bring in energy that's at a lower cost, and a job-rich energy, we could do a lot for South Africa in the short term. People must move now with this vision that you have to have energy. The whole world is electrified. Everything is electrified. Cars are electrified. But it's also quite an irony where you think you can put dirty energy into a car and expect clean energy to come out. I mean, you've got this coal-burning energy there, and you think because you're plugging into that, something clean will come out your exhaust. It doesn't happen. So we need to actually be moving in a clever way, not a stupid way. You can't do it immediately, but getting into a new era in South Africa.
And lastly, the Gauteng province is only weeks away from having a new fluorspar mine. Will the raw ore be exported, or is there a chance of local beneficiation to create jobs?
People, wherever they can, are looking at the beneficiation side of things. And this fluorspar development in Gauteng here is it's going to have a beneficiation aspect. So it shows you, if there's a business case for this, people will do it. They want to do it. Everywhere they will do it, provided it makes economic sense. And fluorspar is a beautiful new area for us to get into, also for clean air and climate change and all the other things. But they want to add value at Bronkhorstspruit. So, they mine it near Pretoria, but they take it to Bronkhorstspruit, add value to it. And that has been a plan for a long time. And it's very good that they have envisioned this for a long time. And it's not just government saying do it, it's them saying, as owners of this new fluorspar mine, this makes a lot of sense. That's the sort of atmosphere we need here. Don't just export. If you can, actually add value at home, because if you add that value, you're adding quality jobs as you go up the line, and you've got the mining jobs which are getting better paid. I mean, I must say, they're definitely way ahead of the construction industry. Probably mining is in terms of the big opportunities, paying at a much higher level as in the past, and so you can have those sort of jobs created, which will be good for South African economy.
Thanks for speaking with us, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Sashni.
That's it for today. Join us again next week for more news analysis on the local and global mining industries. And don't forget to listen to the audio version of our Mining Weekly daily email newsletter.